it's you know, that's really our goal here, is to get more players, and for all of us, as they say, the boat rises with all the tide. I'm with Hal Leonard, so on the print side, music, sheet music, hardware side, lesson services, all this is part of it. But you got to start, and we have to invest in that next generation. And I know sometimes it's lip service, and we all know we need to do it. But here's a good example. We've got a track record. We've done a lot of the figuring it out. So I hope that many of you can come up and talk to us after this, or when you can find time later, and see an opportunity to have one of these in your local area. If not, maybe a community center, a YMCA, Boys and Girls Club. I mean, any place you have kids getting together and you have a connection, let's bring an event there and get them excited about playing music. Hopefully drums, we love drums. The other beauty about drums, it's the lowest barrier, right? Drum circles are popular. I mean, kids can have a cool experience without a lot of effort. You know, guitar, other things demand a little more. But percussion is awesome, and we love that. I think that's the main thing with PMC. I think we're in a great position to help, in general, all music players because of that low barrier. So start with this kind of program, get them into it, get them excited. Why am I excited? Why does that turn me on? Why does that rhythm turn me on? And who knows where they'll end up in playing different instruments. But we need more drummers in the world because they're getting old, and we need more experience.
You're older than me, shut up.
Oh, the truth is out.
If I might just add for a little bit for the retailers that are here, the challenge that you're going to really face from the Percussion Marketing Council side is in presenting to the school the idea of doing an event like this, and you must remove 2 words from your vocabulary immediately when you're dealing with a school: commercial and publicity. Those words have to be replaced with the word educational. In order for Chad to be there, I was on the phone with the superintendent of schools for 1-hour conversations and a minimum of 3 phone calls just to assure the school there was nothing commercial, there was nothing promotional, there was nothing vulgar, there is nothing out of context that 1,500 high school students are going to experience other than a wonderful opportunity to hear one of the greatest drummers in the world in an educational format. And that is going to be a challenge because when the schools look at you as music retailers, they're always thinking you're picking the school's pocket. What do they want? He wants to sell me something. He wants to promote something. He wants to promote his store. He wants to give away stuff. He wants to put up banners. We didn't do any of that. How we got around that with your agreement, we invited all of the district's drummers from elementary through high school to a drummers only session on the same day. And we just hoarded those 50 drummers into a side room, and we just let Chad deal with these 50 students that were, of course, bubbling over. But that's how you get the drumming message to those already converted drummers. But what about the other 1,400 students out in the gymnasium? Those were touched by the things that you said. So we'll help you with that. If it comes to a question of how do we approach the school and we've encountered this barrier or that, we can help you with some of that. A lot of it is just tell the school to visit the Percussion Marketing Council website, playdrums.com. All of this is on the website. And eventually the video will be a download from there as well.
And it's free to use. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Right. You can go to the website, get it, and you can use it as an outline to develop a program. If you want to do one, you can use all that as an outline. It's already there. It's up on the site, and it's free for you to use.
And the 31 other events that we conducted this year were not international celebrity stature. I mean, they were local, regional, professional, I do this for a living, full-time players that were connected to a retailer and a school. And all we did was draw the dots and connect it, and it worked out beautifully. So it does not have to be an international superstar in order for you to influence 1,500 students in a gymnasium and increase your business. Is that kind of where we're
I think it's a great point. You really get down at that level, and it's just helping you create the event. And the drums and the music and the special event will drive the thrill.
How much time do you need to kind of get an event? I mean, I work with school districts, and luckily I have an arts coordinator with my unified school district.
Excellent. Yeah.
We've built a friendship, and we deal a lot with all arts things. But what's your time frame? If 3 months,
Good question, especially with the schools already planned things out.
Right.
What was our experience?
I would say the average planning on any regional event is about 60 days. You mentioned you have an arts coordinator type person. That is the gold mine of opportunity. If you have someone to plow through all of the rhetoric of the schools saying thou shalt not do this, that, and that, if you have an arts coordinator, the superintendent, the arts coordinator, and the janitor, those are your 3 people to get the thing done, okay? And if you give yourself 60 days to promote it, get it on the calendar for the school to get behind it, you'll have all the dots dotted and the T's crossed in 60 days.
One variable there real quick is the artists that we'll bring into the area too, and their schedule, of course. There's a lot of scheduling going on.
Yes.
And what we found out with this event is that they had to take a little bit more time because of so many people brought together. A lot of these schools, it's going to be either the music area, it might be a subset of the high school or whatever. So it's a little more flexible, and therefore I think it can happen quicker. But we love to walk. I mean, Karl, you just had a great words of wisdom that we've learned from doing these all the time. So all this can be shared in your situations that if they're unique, but we can definitely help just some of the wording. And also I think the key was who you want to talk to cut through the red tape of a very bureaucratic situation in schools.
Will you and can you come to Canada?
Ooh,
We had that. Me?
I'm going to be politically
June,
correct
July, or
here.
August. Well, I'm from Milwaukee, so don't worry about that. We're certainly open to any event.
We are. There are some limitations, and I don't want to give NAMM the black eye because they're paying for all of this, okay? But the program and the grant that we receive from NAMM is pretty much geared towards the United States.
Yeah.
Now, bringing up Canada, and this is not the first time we've had that question, is that you're our neighbors. I mean, there's an invisible line. Why can't we do these in Canada? And we're trying to address that. So let me not say yes, but I don't want to say no at the same time because you're not the first and you won't be the last looking for this type of support. I do know that it gets far more expensive to do this in Canada because we're bringing up some of our artists. If you have a regional professional educator / drummer in Canada that can do this, you'll save a lot of the bureaucratic nonsense and wasting time and money.
But following our lead, you can just take the same pathway.
Use the
It's just
template.
that you would be doing that and pulling in your own talent. So in that way, you can use our experience.
And we'll find some money for that. Yes.
Sabian's one of the Percussion Marketing Council's partners, and they're a Canadian-based company. So we're certainly interested in helping all those that have been helping us.
Okay, you had 1,500 at the event, students.
Yes, sir.
How many actually participated in actually playing instruments? I mean,
Well, it's almost kind of like organized chaos to a certain
Yeah, I just
extent.
kind of I played to some Chili Peppers tracks, and then myself and
Zig.
Zig, we soloed a little bit, and then we handed out cowbells and some things that were easy to do. It was fun. It was like a fun, spontaneous thing. It wasn't like, okay, you clap on 2 and you clap on 1 and you row your boat. It wasn't that.
Find the groove and go it.
Find the groove and exactly. And then I joined with them and we all played along and, kind of drum circle-ish, if you will. The real more, when we had the master class beforehand with the 50
really
or 70 or so kids,
Yep.
and we all played, and it was really fun. That was. But those are actually players. The other kids, like you're talking about, a lot of them, they're just there, like, what is this? What's this all about?
They all wanted to play. We just didn't have enough instruments to give them.
We need to
Do it in 1 hour as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's give a nice round of applause.
Okay, you're done. Here's the hook.
Get out. Get all those.
Thank you. Let's make more players. Appreciate your attention.
Thank you.
Photograph of the